Jason Moss asks, what would be an easy foot in the door offer for Google Maps? All right, what's an easy foot in the door offer for Google Maps? So whenever you're going to have a core offer, for me, a core offer is $1,000 a month minimum as a local marketer, as a consultant, or as an agency, right? Those three words and terms are all the same to me. A core offer is a minimum of $1,000 a month. Okay, so what I teach is when you're small and when you're getting going, and even as you grow and as you scale, that you want a foot in the door. Something that's easier to say yes to than going from 0 to thousands per month. Okay, and the way that we do that is with a foot in the door strategy. Okay, I recommend that you give away a foot in the door strategy, right? That you give first, right? And then you ask. Okay, one of the biggest reasons that I personally have had the success that I have had is because I give more in every relationship than I take. Okay, or at least that is my goal in every relationship, business or personal. So how do I do this in business? I can tell you guys that as a foot in the door, I've taken over a client's pay-per call, or I'm sorry, a client's Google AdWords or Google Ads Now account. Okay, and I've not charged them anything for it. I've ran it for 30 days, and my fee to run that account should have been about 20 grand for that single month, right? Did I provide a lot of value by doing that? Yes or no? Did I provide a lot of value by doing that? Yeah, just me managing it and doing it for free? Hell yeah, right? But then after that month, guess what I did? I put it down to dollars and cents, how much more money I made them and how much money I saved them by me running it. And then I showed them what my fee was. And guess what? They made a whole lot of money above my fee. So was it hard for me to tell them, this is my monthly fee moving forward? No, it was easy. Was that a hard sales pitch? Yes or no? Was that a hard sales pitch? Fuck no. It was simple. Right? Put your money where your mouth is. Deliver some freaking value. Okay, so if I was doing Google Maps and local SEO, okay, what would be an easy foot in the door? Okay, first and foremost, I would define quote unquote lacking criteria, right? What are the things that the local businesses in whatever niche I'm going after and location or areas I'm going after, what are they not doing? I would call this lacking criteria, right? What are the things that they have wrong or they haven't figured out yet that have to do with Google Maps and local SEO that I could fix pretty easily, okay? Step 2 then would be I give that criteria and how to check for that criteria or those problems. I give that to a virtual assistant. In this example, that virtual assistant is a list builder, right? Their job is to go find prospects, right? So at the end of the day, they say, Joe, I found you 22 prospects in Atlanta, Georgia, that are in the roofing niche that have, all of them have at least one of these lacking criteria. Here's the business owner's names, and here's their emails. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. Yeah. Here are all the problems. Virtual assistant, right? Here's what I need you to do. Go find these problems. Go find the people that have these issues. And then last but not least, I need to build an outreach template, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's a direct mail piece, whether it's cold email, whether it's voice drops, right? All of them are basically the same, right? What you say is basically the same in all of those as well. You just have to take into consideration the medium. So different mediums, people expect a different response. Let me give you an example. If I sent you an email message, right? One of my long email messages, right? If I texted that to you, would that be appropriate? Yes or no? No, right? It'd be like 30 text messages, all jarbled and all, right, different lines, and it would be hard, right? That's what you got to think about when it comes to outreach, right? So you can have a template in terms of principles and a philosophy that you're going to follow. And I'll share one with you. Okay, but you got to humanize it as well, right? You got to think through it, right? What's the person on the other end going to think about this message? And specifically through this medium, right? You can't say the exact same word for word message, right? Via cold email and via the phone. It just doesn't work. Give me a 3 if that makes sense to everybody. If you're with me live right now, if that makes sense, give me a 3. Just got to make sure, right? Like there's some subtle differences, very subtle, right? You're not going to write 4 paragraphs and text it to somebody. You're also not going to leave a voicemail with 4 paragraphs because you've told the prospect everything. Why the fuck are they going to call you back? Right? They're going to be like, yeah, click. Not talking to that chick. Right? So there's some very subtle differences. Give me a 4 if you guys want me to really take this thing home. If you guys want me to define that lacking criteria, and if you guys want me to give you the outreach template. Yeah? I'm going to need a lot of 4s for those of you guys joining me live, and I will do it. No problem. All right. So here we go. Let's do this. All right. So define lacking criteria. Again, we're trying to get Google Maps and local SEO customers. Let's say that that's a service. We're going to charge at least $1,000 a month to do that for local businesses. You don't know how to do that? Follow digital triggers. It's got all the training that you need to be able to do that and for you to be able to freaking crush it, right? So define the lacking criteria. The Google My Business is not claimed. If you don't know how to see that, do a Google search. Google's your friend, right? The next lacking criteria, the GMB profile is not completely filled out. What does that mean? You get X number of images, right? You get X number of categories. You get X number of information that you can put inside of your GMB listing. Don't know what that is? Go Google it, okay? Don't find the results that you're looking for on Google? Go set up a Google My Business account for your business, right? Go figure it out. Don't let that stop you. Okay, number 3, GMB, right? Google My Business images aren't geotagged. Okay, and issue number 4 is that they're not ranking in the top 3 for maps for specific keywords. Okay, so now we got 4 lacking criteria to give to our virtual assistant. And understand that it should go from the most specific at the top to the least specific at the bottom, right? Not ranking in Google Maps is a big problem, but it's not one thing that you can fix for them real quick, okay? Whereas very specific at the top, a Google My Business listing not being claimed, like for you to do that and that to be a foot in the door offer should take you less than 15 minutes to do for them. Can I get a 5 that makes sense? All right, cool. Then the outreach template, here it is. All right, here it is. I'm going to walk through it slow. Okay, I will try to be as exact as possible. And if you need to watch the replay for this, obviously go watch the replay on YouTube. Again, AMA replays go up every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Okay, outreach template is simple. The first step in any outreach template is to personalize. Personalize. Make it about them. Stop fucking making it about you. An easy way to do this is to say something like, I was looking on Google for whatever their business type is and found you. So I was looking on Google for cryotherapy and found you. Does that make sense? Personalize. P, well, backwards, I guess. P. Okay, so personalize first. Then we're going to use the PAS system, right? Problem, agitate, solve. So personalize is step 1. Problem is step 2. I saw that And then you give one a lacking criteria. I saw that your GMB, your Google My Business listing, is not claimed. Here's a picture to show it. Right? I saw that your Google My Business listing is not completely filled out. Here's a picture to prove it. I saw that your Google My Business images are not geotagged. Here's a screenshot to prove it. Or, right, I saw that you're not ranking in Google Maps for this keyword phrase. Now, don't do all of them. Pick one. Okay? Everybody with me? Give me a one if you're with me still. Okay, so outreach template goes with personalize. Then we just covered problem. Okay, so PP. Next is agitate. I want to talk to them about the repercussions of the issue. Why is it an issue? Why should they care? Here's an example of one of my clients in cryotherapy that's completely optimized, and they get 66 phone calls a week from Google My Business. Is that going to make them care? Yeah. Okay. Show that Search Engine Journal said that one of the biggest criteria to ranking inside of Google My Business was that specific issue being solved. Okay. So you can use your own credibility, your own proof, or you can use borrowed in that Search Engine Journal example that I gave. Okay. The last thing to do is to solve the problem. Right. So personalize, state the problem, agitate the problem, solve the problem. Okay. So solving the problem is simple. I can do it for you. Tell them what call to action that you want them to make, right? What do you want them to do? Click here to book an appointment with me, right? Click here to call me, respond to the email, whatever. I'd be happy to do it for you. So solve the problem. And then at the end, here's the thing. If you're going in cold, you're doing cold email, you're doing cold voice drops, right? This isn't your list. You're sending to somebody on LinkedIn you've never freaking talked to before. If you're going cold in direct mail, if you're going in cold, quite simply, in my experience, you need to give a reason why at the end, right? To make it believable, right? A lot of the responses that you'll get back if you don't is, why would you do this? Or I don't believe you, or are you a scammer? Right? So nip that in the butt from the get-go, right? Give them a good reason why. A good reason why could be, right, like it's the end of the month and we're all finished with our client work and we're not starting, until the 1st with our current client roster. There you go. You could say that you're trying to expand into new territories, new cities, right? You could say that you're new to, pick the niche, you're new to cryotherapy, right? And you're trying to build out some case studies. You're trying to get some customers. You could be blunt and say, I'm not stupid. I know if I can help you, right? That long term, we'll work together and it'll make sense. Okay, give the reason why. Make it real. Guys, there you go. Here's a foot in the door offer for Google Maps. Easily grab you $1,500, $2,000 even, or even $1,000 a month recurring customers. Think about that. Price for the year, $12,000 to $24,000 a year with one client.